You're watching the King of Racing YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be covering my picks for the Arlington Million Race, which is going to take place in Arlington Heights, Illinois today. It's the biggest event of the year for this racetrack. It's now called the Mr. D Stakes because the purse size has been brought down from $1 million to $600,000. But nonetheless, it's still a pretty big race, and I'm going to be covering it today. So it is a Grade 1 stakes race. It's going to be racing at 6:13 p.m. Central Time tonight. And it's going to be for 3-year-olds and upward horses, and it's run on 1 1/4 miles on turf, so it's a little bit of a longer track, and it definitely has a good field today. 8 horses running, 2 have been scratched already. The number 6 horse and the number 10 horse have both been scratched. So starting off, I'm going to go through every single horse that's running and give kind of my perspective of what I think of the horse that's running and where I think that the horse is going to finish. So number 1 is Strong Tide. He is from Indiana, and the jockey's going to be Julio Felix. Julio Felix wins 15% of the time, 44% of the time in the top 3. I'm not too keen on this horse and being a solid contender in this race, but he could definitely come from behind as he does have a fairly strong win percentage at 29% wins in his entire career. His most recent performance was July 7th at the Jonathan B. Schuster Memorial Stakes in Indiana Grand Racecourse, but he came in 6th place, which is not a very impressive performance. And before that, it was 8th place in the Belmont Gold Cup Stakes at Belmont, and then 3rd place at Louisville Stakes at Churchill Downs, which isn't too bad. But the 6th place and 8th place performances lead me to not really judge this horse very well going into this race tonight. It's 15-1 morning line odds, so definitely a long shot for this race. And so Strong Tide is going to be my 7th selection in this race. I think the horse is going to come in 7th place or somewhere around there. Number 2 is Glenn County. He is from Kentucky, and the jockey is going to be Julien Leparoux. Not sure how you say that. I don't speak any French. And 11% of the time, this jockey is a winner. The trainer is a little better at 18% of the time, and these are for this year's statistics. Glenn County came in 5th place in the United Nations Stake at Monmouth, and that's a Grade 1 race. And that was in July 17th. And then an allowance optional claiming race. He won that one at Churchill Downs on June 11th and 3rd place at Churchill Downs on May 23rd. So some strong performances within the past 3 times that this horse has been running. Stronger win percentage throughout his career at 31%, but 12-1 morning line odds and a 92 average speed figure. $19,000 coming in for this horse in earnings per start, which is a little higher than number 1 Strong Tide. So overall, this horse, it's kind of more of the middle of the pack for me is what I think is going to happen. I'm saying probably about 5th place, somewhere around there is my best guess for Glenn County. And now on to the favorite, the horse that I like the most in this race, the horse that I think is just going to beat all the other horses by a large margin, is Domestic Spending, the number 3 horse. He's from Great Britain, so he's coming from out of the country. The jockey is Flavien Prat, probably the best jockey in this entire race. Maybe Luis Saez can compete with him, but a 28% winner in this entire year, 65% top 3. Those are very high percentages, especially in a race like this. And the trainer is Chad Brown, one of the best trainers in racing, 23% winner this year. And this horse won 1st place in all of its 3 past performances. The Manhattan Stakes, Grade 1 at Belmont, the Turf Classic Stakes, 1st place at Churchill Downs, and then the Hollywood Stakes in Del Mar in November 2020. This horse wins 86% of the time, and every single race has come into the top 3. $188,000 in purse earnings per start, and it's 6-5 morning line favorite, and an average speed figure of 103. So this horse checks all the boxes for a horse that you definitely would want to bet on, one that has a lot of potential to win the race and perform really well. So Domestic Spending is my favorite and my pick to win this race. That's the number 1 horse I have going into this race. Number 4 is 2 Emmys from Kentucky. He's ridden by James Graham, 16% wins in his starts this year, and trained by Hugh Robertson, 11% winner. And this horse came in 2nd place at the Arlington Stakes on a Grade 3 race at Arlington Park. So this horse is familiar with the track a little bit because his past 2 races have been at Arlington Park, and then an allowance optional claiming where he came in 2nd place on June 19th. And then a second place performance on March 20th, 2021 at the Muniz Memorial Classic Stakes at the Fairgrounds in New Orleans. And so this horse has won 20% of the time throughout his career, which isn't very high compared to a lot of the other horses, but 67% of the time coming in the top three, which is a little higher than the other horses in the race. 10 to 1, not really a favorite on the board here. Definitely more of a long shot. $13,000 in earnings per start, but I could see this horse being a good pick coming in at a higher price. So this is my sixth selection in this race. I think this horse is going to come in sixth place or somewhere around there. And number 5, Zulu Alpha, is a horse from Kentucky. He's ridden by Luis Saez, probably one of the best jockeys in this race, who wins 18% of his races this year. And then trained by Michael Maker, 18% of his horses win this year. And this horse came in 5th place at the Arlington Stakes. I don't like that at all. That was a not so good performance against not always the best talent. And that was on July 17th, and that was at Arlington Park. So this horse does have a little bit of experience at this racetrack. And then at the Kentucky Downs last year, September 12th, 2020, he came in 3rd place at the Kentucky Turf Cup Stakes. And then he came in 1st place at Keeneland on July 12th, 2020, but that was over a year ago in the Elkhorn Stakes. So this horse has not been ridden very much in the past year. It's just been kind of had like a long layoff since that July race that he ran. But he is a winner in 33% of his races in his entire career, and 64% of the time in the top 3. Maybe look to this horse for a high price, but I do see this horse being a. I thought it was a. Yeah, it's an 8 to 1 morning line odds, and but 103 speed figure and $63,000 earnings per start. So that's honestly not very bad to see that. So you could see this as maybe a horse at a higher price, but not necessarily one of my favorites. It's a 4th place horse in my opinion. And now here we go into the latter end of the post positions. And these are the horses that I think have a really good chance at coming in 2nd or 3rd place in this race. The number 6 horse was scratched, but I thought that horse was going to come in last place anyways. And so the number 7 is Space Traveler from Great Britain. He's ridden by Daniel Tudhope. 25% winner in this year races, but 38% top 3. So he's basically coming in 1st place. He's not really coming in 2nd or 3rd very often. Brendan Walsh is the trainer, 19% winner, which is a pretty good statistic. This horse is from Great Britain, so he has not run recently at American tracks. So he came in 6th place at the Qatar Sussex Stakes Grade 1 race at Goodwood on July 28th, and then 8th place at Ascot Betfred Summer Mile Stakes. Grade 2 race on July 10th. So granted, these British races tend to have a lot more horses than in the American races, but still, I'm not seeing victories coming out of this horse. But there was a 1st place at June 11th, 2021 at York on the Sky Bet Ganton Stakes, and that's a 26% winner throughout his entire career, 47% top 3, so a little low on the top 3 number. 20 to 1 is the odds here, and I think this horse, based on the previous performances, coming in 6th place and 8th place in Great Britain, I don't see a lot coming out of this horse. And then a low percentage on the top 3% throughout his entire career. And you look at the competition this horse is going to be up against, I don't really like it. 112 average speed, which is the fastest in this race for sure, but 18,000 average earnings per start. I got to say this horse is going to come in last place or around there. I don't think this horse is really a contender for this race. The number 8, Busy Channel, is from Kentucky, and the jockey is Jareth Loveberry, 22% winner this entire year, and the trainer is Larry Ravelli, 34% winner this year. In this horse's most recent performance, he won the Arlington Stakes, which is a Grade 1 race in Arlington Park. So he won a race against tougher competition at this track, and that's what I really like about this horse. And before that, allowance optional claiming, he won again at Arlington on June 19th, and then 2nd place at Churchill Downs on May 1st on the day of the Kentucky Derby. This horse wins 25% of his races throughout his entire career, which is really not the most perfect number. I would like to see a higher number for a horse that I'm picking 2nd in this race, but the top 3 percentage is 70%, 6 to 1 odds, so it could be a little bit of a better price than the number 9 horse, which is going to be 9 to 2 odds, or at least the opening odds, and then $15,000 earnings per start, but that might just be the caliber of races that he is running. I like the form that this horse is in. I like the jockey. I like the trainer. I have to say number 8, Busy Channel, is going to come in 2nd place. I like this horse for a place bet. And number 9, finally, is Armory from Ireland. He is ridden by Ryan Moore. He's only ridden in 3 races this year. I'm not sure that was listed on Equibase. It could be only in the United States, if that's the counting. But he's won in 67% of those races. I think so. He had 2 wins in 3 races. And then his trainer is the exact same thing, Aidan O'Brien. And on July 24th, this guy bet York Stakes Grade 2 race. He came in 4th place at York in Great Britain. And then June 16th, 2021, in the Prince of Wales' Stakes Grade 1 race, he came in 3rd place, which is pretty good, especially considering the amount of horses that are running in that race. And then May 7th, 2021, the Melody Media Huxley Stakes Grade 2 race, he came in 1st place at Chester in the United Kingdom. That's 33% wins and 80% top 3 in his entire career for this horse. I really like those numbers, even though he's coming out of the United Kingdom. 9-2 morning line odds and $80,000 earnings per start. So 4th place, 3rd place, 1st place in races with a lot of horses, all graded stakes races. I think this horse at 9-2 morning line odds could be a definite contender in this race, and I'd like to say the number 9 is my 3rd pick in this race. So, and then scratch the number 10. The number 10 is not going to be racing today. So my first pick is the number 3, Domestic Spending. Second pick, number 8, Busy Channel. Third pick, Armory. The number 9, and my 4th pick is the number 5, Zulu Alpha. So that's my preview for the Arlington Million, now called the Mr. D Stakes. It's just coming up at 6:13 p.m. tonight. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you want to continue to see more content. I haven't posted in a long time since the Kentucky Derby, but I plan to post a lot more in the coming weeks and months. So thank you very much for watching this video, and please subscribe. Thank you.